Microsoft is once again reshaping Windows with the upcoming Windows 11 25H2 update, and this time, it's the end of the road for one of Windows' most iconic tools, the Windows Management Instrumentation Command-line, WMIC. After decades of use, WMIC will be removed permanently in Windows 11 25H2 and all future releases. For IT administrators, security analysts, and longtime Windows power users, this change is both a milestone and a challenge. So, why is Microsoft retiring WMIC? How will this affect IT workflows, security, and automation? And what tools should you use moving forward? Let's dive deep into the story behind this change. What exactly is WMIC? Before we talk about its removal, let's first understand what WMIC actually is and why it was so important. Windows Management Instrumentation Command-line was introduced in Windows XP and Windows Server 2003. It acted as a text-based interface that allowed administrators to interact with Windows Management Instrumentation, WMI, a powerful management framework within Windows. What WMI could do: query hardware and system information, CPU details, BIOS version, motherboard info. Manage running processes, start, stop, or monitor system tasks. Access remote machines for administration. Automate system tasks with scripts for large enterprise environments. Control services without needing graphical tools. In short, WMIC was lightweight, always available, and incredibly useful for IT admins managing hundreds or even thousands of devices. Microsoft's official announcement. Microsoft made it official in a Microsoft 365 Message Center update. WMIC will be completely removed beginning with Windows 11 25H2. WMI itself will remain intact. The removal only applies to the WMIC command-line tool, not the underlying Windows Management Instrumentation System. Administrators are urged to migrate to PowerShell or programmatic alternatives such as .NET libraries, WMI-COM API, or Python scripting. This means that while the backbone, WMI, still exists, the older interface, WMIC, is being phased out. A look back, the WMIC deprecation timeline. The removal of WMIC wasn't sudden. It has been part of Microsoft's roadmap for nearly a decade. 2016, WMIC was first deprecated in Windows Server 2012. 2021, it was marked as deprecated in Windows 10 version 21H1. 2022, with Windows 11 22H2, it became a feature on demand, FOD, meaning it wasn't installed by default but could still be manually added. January 2024, Microsoft officially announced WMIC would be removed entirely in future Windows versions. 2025, Windows 11 25H2. The end of the line, WMIC is fully removed. This phased approach gave IT teams almost 9 years of warning, but many organizations still depend on WMIC in their automation scripts today. Why is WMIC being removed? 1. Security concerns. WMIC as a hacker's tool. One of the biggest drivers behind this move is cybersecurity. WMIC is what's known as a lulbin, living off the land binary. A lulbin is a legitimate Windows tool that attackers hijack for malicious purposes. Because it's signed by Microsoft and built into Windows, its execution often doesn't trigger alarms in traditional antivirus systems. Real-world examples of WMIC. Abuse. Ransomware operators use WMIC to delete shadow volume copies, making file recovery nearly impossible after encryption. Malware campaigns use WMIC to query which antivirus software was installed and then attempt to uninstall or disable it. Advanced Persistent Threat, APT groups leverage WMIC to run commands on remote systems without triggering suspicion. Attackers have even used WMIC to add exclusions to Microsoft Defender, allowing malicious files to run undetected. By retiring WMIC, Microsoft is effectively shutting down a well-known attack vector, making Windows 11 more resilient against cyber attacks. Modernization and PowerShell. The second major reason is modernization. Over the past decade, Microsoft has been heavily investing in PowerShell, which is far more powerful and versatile than WMIC. Unlike WMIC's text-based output, PowerShell works with objects, making automation and integration much smoother.